thing electric? What's that?
It's a Sur-Ron Ultra B. It's electric. It's a 2023 model.
Oh, really? I've never seen one.
They're pretty quirky.
I imagine them electric motors are pretty powerful.
It's not stock.
Oh, really?
I put the 2118 wheels on there, tires on there, and I put a Renthal chain. It's got a huge sprocket in the back for torque.
Oh, yeah. Nice tires.
And I put the aftermarket bars on there because I bent the other ones, the factory ones.
How long does your battery last?
I just rode all door run.
All right.
You know, just an easy pace stuff on myself, and I'm down to 65%.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've seen people on the internet say they get close to 30, depending how hard you ride. Like riding just trails.
Yeah, just putting along.
Put around. You can probably get 30 miles. But, since I ride by myself a lot, I usually just do the work.
Yeah, that's what
do
I
a couple
do.
other loops and I go home.
I don't wait on anybody else no more. I just go ride when the weather's good. And
well, the problem with riding by yourself is if you break down.
Yeah, that's bad.
Because you know I've wrecked a couple times and it's like, man, good thing I didn't break anything. You know, like myself with the bike.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I kind of got rid of my 250R here a couple years ago. A neighbor kid. I know I come down here and I flopped about 5 times and I said, well, I think I'm done. But these ruts would get me into the trees all the time from the four-wheelers.
That's what happened to me today. I was coming up the hill off a door.
And if you're in the wrong side of the rut,
it caught me.
The trees will catch you.
The tree caught me and it threw me off the bike.
Oh.
I know that's the problem with having full handguard wraps, because if it catches, there's no give. So it hit the tree and it threw me. So if I would have had flag style, it would have bounced off. But I kind of like the full wraparound stuff.
I do too. I put them on mine to.
I know people say if you get your arms caught, you break your wrist and stuff.
Oh really? Nah, I never had that problem.
I've hit probably hard 4 big trees and dropped on that side, and it saved my throttle, saved my brake levers.
Oh yeah, it keeps you going. I mean, if you wreck it, you don't break nothing. I can't, before I had them, I'm all the time replacing.
Oh, I know. Yeah, this has been a fun bike. I've had since 2023. I got another one at home, a smaller one.
Oh, really?
I've had that since 2022, and I've been riding out here all the time, and these things have been going great.
Yeah, a little one would be a little,
Yeah,
little one.
It's tough. You get up some of the hills, but this one does great. It's more the rider than the bike, because the bike will go anywhere the rider can go. So the bike's better than I am. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been low maintenance. I go home and wash it. Make sure it change tight, lube it.
You got a spare battery or change the battery out, or
I don't have one.
How do you charge it then?
I have to take it out and charge it.
Oh, okay.
So if I was going to camp out here, I'd bring a
generator
and just charge it. But like I said, I live like an hour and a half from here, so less than an hour and a half. So
I'm from clear up at Akron. Toward Akron.
I'm in Columbus, so
really?
So it's a short drive for me.
Yeah. Usually I go down to Hatfield McCoy. They started making bike trails.
Oh, did they?
When I bought my tag this year, I was down a couple months ago, and the lady said, "Oh, we got bike trails now." I was like, "I just sold mine."
So are you camping down here?
Yeah, I'm just down here.
I was gonna say, you're coming back.
I got a generator if you want to charge it up.
Oh, good. I got a generator home. I just don't.
Well, I'm just saying if you want to, if you wanted to, because I ain't using it. I just bring it just in case. As long as the sun's out, I got my trailer full of solar panels.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I got a generator home.
I got a jacker, in case the one's
I got a gas
for backup, and then I got the generator.
I just don't bring it because I usually come down here, ride a couple trails, and then I go home.
Yeah.
I mean, since I live so close.
Yeah, wouldn't be bad. Yeah, I just.
You're the second guy I met from Akron. There's another guy came down here with a group, and he's got an Airbnb down here. He's from Akron. He was like down here riding. He saw me. Same thing. He saw the bike. He said, "Hey, is that electric day?" He started talking to me.
Yeah, I've been looking at them, but nah, kind of done with the bikes. But like you say, well, my niece's kids got two little Honda. What are they? They're small ones. But I rode one, and the boy, he kind of worked on it and made it pretty quick. And I kind of like it. And then they bought her daughter one just like it, but it's still stock. But, you know, they're so high, and I'm so short, so I'm kind of, I don't like that part.
That's how I am on this bike. I'm 5'8", and when the bike was stock, it came with 19-inch tires, and I was able to flat foot it. But now I put those on there.
Yeah, I feel more comfortable if I can flat foot it.
Right.
But
that's the only problem with that, being 21 front, 18 rear. If I get up this trail,
that's what my old
sometimes I
Suzuki
put my feet
had.
down. I gotta kind of like lean to one side, or go stop. Just keep on going.
Yeah, that's the only thing that messes me up is crazy ruts.
Yeah, there's a lot of ruts around here.
And the four-wheelers, they crank on it and like that.
You got a winch on that?
What's that?
You have a winch on there?
Yeah.
I've seen some people having the winch themselves because they have quads versus a dirt bike. Dirt bike, you can kind of go around the ruts.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have too much. When I first come down here years ago, I used the winch a lot, but they kind of fixed all the trails, and they don't bother me too much anymore. I haven't used it in a long time. Except for I got a bunch of cousins in West Virginia, and they do them outlaw trails.
Okay.
And some of them are rough. I wouldn't take my four-wheeler on. But they all got side-by-side, so I just ride with them. But I take mine down and ride a little bit. Everybody's got side-by-side anymore. I ain't bought one yet. But I didn't buy my trailer. I bought my trailer to haul my bike and my four-wheeler. And I didn't get one big enough to haul a, side-by-side. And I don't want to go through all that again. I put so much crap in mine. Everybody looks in there and says, well, you ain't even got room for the four-wheeler anymore. I keep adding stuff. Getting more camping than riding anymore.
I tried the quad thing. I grew up riding dirt bikes, and
yeah, that's what I did.
I switched to quad. And after I had that for a couple of years, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go back to dirt bikes. So the quad, went back to dirt
That's
bikes.
what I did. I had a Honda 125 and I had a Suzuki 125, and I wish I'd have kept that Suzuki because it was two-stroke. That bike was fun. It was old, and I didn't have my other Honda. It's the 250, man. It's too high. It's as high as that one.
Yeah, this one, like I said, you can make it lower, by just changing out the tires.
Yeah.
You really can't do much with the linkage like you can on a regular dirt bike.
Oh, really?
You can probably move the forks up and the triple clamps, but the shock.
Yeah, I did everything I could to lower mine down. And then that kid, he's like 6 foot tall, 16, so he had to raise everything back.
I mean, if you want an electric bike and you want to make it lower, keep the 19 front and get a better 19 tire, like a motocross or enduro tire, and then put a 16 on the rear, and that'll drop it. I've seen people do that, but it's great if you're like a little kid or something like that, or you're smaller.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the 18, 21 just works better on the trails. I mean, there's a reason why.
Oh man,
There's a reason why the big bikes run 21 front and 18, 19, rear.
All those bikes I've ever had, they've always been that way. 21 and 18s.
I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with these tires when I wear them out. They do okay on this
They
stuff
look
when
pretty
it's
good.
dry. They're the IRCs, but they're not the Gecko, the gummy ones. I was thinking about going with a gummy tire, but like today, man, sometimes it just doesn't.
Yeah, it's pretty mucky out
It
there.
hook up real well. When it's dry
It's
here,
better than dust. I hate the dust.
see, this bike does way better when it's dry. When it's dry, everything hooks up real well. When it's wet like this, the type of tires on here, they just don't grab as well as I'd like them to. I got them aired down to 13 psi, and I don't have moose tubes in them. There's just air tubes, so I don't know if I want to go any lower. Don't worry about getting a pinch flat.
Yeah. Yeah, they got all kinds of crazy things to do to them now.
Oh yeah.
Them tires. They don't have flask. I've been in some strip mines in my years ago, and there wasn't no places to ride, so we always went to the strip mines. And back when I had dirt bikes, and half time I'd be going back to the truck with a flat tire. run over a nail or something.
I've had one flat tire out there so far. I've been lucky. It was on a KDX, so I had a KDX 200, and I was riding that flat tire. But so far, since I've been riding electric bikes, I've been riding this since 2022.
Oh, yeah?
And let me come down here since then with electric bikes. And I have so far been lucky having that flat. So if I get one, I've got rim locks on front and back, so I'll just have to limp it back. Hopefully I get back.
Yeah, you ain't got much choice. Unless somebody,
Well, a friend of mine was supposed to come with me today.
out there at Perry, used to go to Perry a lot. I haven't been there in a year or two. But, they pick them up and stick them on a side-by-side and haul them out.
You could do that on this one pretty easy because it's lighter than a regular dirt bike.
That'd be great.
It's about, for the aftermarket stuff I have on there, it's probably like 210 maybe,
Oh, really?
maybe 215.
Wow,
I don't think it's
that's
any
pretty good.
It was under 200 when I bought it new. I just put the wheels and the tires, and heavier chain, and sprocket guards, some other minor things on there. You kind of added a few pounds here and there. But they make aftermarket batteries for these things. They make aftermarket controllers to make them faster. Aftermarket motors. This one's all stock. And for me, at my age going around here, I got plenty of power. I don't need any more. If I had more power, I'd kill myself.
Yeah, when I seen you go by, I thought, dang, that must be an electric bike. I didn't hear nothing but it, whining kind of.
Oh, well, it's stock.
That's the first one I ever actually put my eyes on.
You want to ride it?
No. Well,
It's got 3 settings on there, like over here. It's in sport mode right now, so it's the highest setting, so it's like full power. If you put it in the E or eco mode, it tames the power down. It's kind of like
you don't have no gear shift, huh?
no gear shift.
You just
It's like a drill. Then you have the daily drive, which is the same power as sport. It just doesn't have the torque. And had a horn. I took the horn off. It has a reverse button.
No kidding.
You hold the button down, and you hear it click, and then you can sit there and reverse it out, which I use.
Oh my, that'd be handier than heck. I see people doing that to their Harleys now. On some of them.
This is your rear brake, no clutch, and this is your front brake. They do make in a kit where you can put a foot brake on them.
Yeah, that's
They don't come with it.
Yeah, I'd be stomping for the rear brake back here.
You get used to it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But the newer ones come with a plank that they have little holes here drilled out. You can mount a reservoir on the foot brake. That's on the 2025 models. This being a 2023, it has like half the power of the new ones. The new ones coming out,
No kidding.
twice as powerful.
Wow.
I don't know where you use all that power. If you're gonna go to a
Big hills, I guess.
if you're gonna go to a motocross track, the power is great.
Yeah, I bet you that'd be fun on a motor, dirt bike racetrack.
Yeah, this right here is plenty of power for the
And
woods.
it looks like you got just as much suspension as the gas ones.
They're not. It looks like the suspension's real comfy, but it's not as plush as I'd like it to be. They make aftermarket kits just like regular dirt bikes. You get aftermarket
To do all that,
but I'm not going to do anything to this. One thing I'm going to do to these forks and these shocks is when I blow the seals out or if it needs rework, I'll send it to this company out in Utah, and they can revalve this thing and put heavier springs in here and make it a little more plush, make it a little more stiff, and they can do the same thing for the rear shock. So I can spend a few $100s when I blow them out and do that versus spending $3,000 on the system.
Oh yeah.
These bikes, the Ultra Bees, they're actually pretty cheap compared to the
Yeah,
gas
the dirt
bikes.
bikes are
This
expensive.
one's like $6
Everything's
grand.
just going crazy.
This one's $6 grand, and I'd put
I guess that's what my old Honda was. What was it, 05, 06? 06, whenever the four-stroke come out for $250. Yeah, I like that power. Or did.
Well, you'd be surprised at how
Kind
much.
of done now.
You'd be surprised how much power.
Yeah,
those electric bikes have.
electric motors got some, the variable speed ones. They got the, they amp up the torque as it goes, you know. Well, that's how that all got started. I used to convert a lot of electric motors, you know, old ones, so they would, you know, you just buy the controls and you can make them, you know, amp up so you have a soft start.
Yep.
And that made the motors last longer and whatever your equipment was.
Yeah.
It, you know, it really helps out, and your power. You know, you're not blinking the lights.
That's the only problem with this bike is this is a controller, and I can't tune this controller because it's a factory one. So the only thing I can do is switch the levels up here, but I can change I can change the throttle to make it more touchy, and I can change regen on this thing, so I can put energy back into it, and change the brake regen. I can change all that, but I can't